Hello everybody, my name is John Hawley and I'm going to be your instructor for Introduction to Computer Applications this semester. The intent of this video is to get us through the syllabus. I'm going to quickly go through it and give you all the information of the expectations. Every professor of every college course you take should be presenting you with a syllabus, and essentially it is all of what is required for you to get through the course, plus any pertinent information that you need to have to take this class. So let's just dive right in. What you see here, of course, depending on which section of the computer applications course you may be taking, your section number might be slightly different. But for all of my computer applications courses, all of my BCA 120 courses, the syllabus is the same. Your section number might just be slightly different. And then, of course, this is for spring of 2025. Okay. So as you can see, as we start to scroll down through here, there is my contact information. Again, I'm John Hawley. This is my cell phone, and that is my community college email. Now, I am an adjunct instructor, so I don't have an office on campus. So, of course, you will have to contact me via one of these methods. Texting is okay, but please understand that it's important for you to text not only your message, but give me your name and which course that you're in, because I have a lot of students. And it's very time consuming for me to have to go back through and search which course you're in to give you the pertinent information that you're looking for. So just do me that little favor and include your name and the class that you're in. Usually if you need to text me, I can get back to you pretty quickly. Certainly if you're texting me in the overnight hours, you may have to wait until the next day. And then if you email me, you have to give me about 24 hours, up to 24 hours to get back to you on the email. So if you have a really quick question that you're looking for a response right away, be sure to text me. All right, let's talk about this class. Okay, so this is an introductory computer course. It is a course that covers the Microsoft Office suite of programs. We are going to cover Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, and we're going to dip our toes into Microsoft Access. Okay. What's important to understand is that this course does strictly teach just the Microsoft Office programs. And for those of you that may be doing this course using any Apple computer, MacBook Air, those types of things, you're going to have some unique challenges in regards to navigating the Microsoft Office suite of programs. And I can cover that when we get a little bit further into the description. This is a completely online course. All the learning is done in a lab environment. Well, the lab, of course, is the online world. You don't have to come to a class because we don't have a classroom. The web is our classroom, and this is where we will exist this term. Like I said, this is going to be a completely computerized course, so naturally you have to have access to a computer with good internet, and you need to have the full version of Microsoft Office 2021. Now, as a CM student, you have free access to the Microsoft Office programs. It's no charge to you, and you can use them for any of your courses as long as you're a student at CM. And there is a link in Brightspace. When we get done with the syllabus, I'll switch over to Brightspace and I'll show you where to find that link so you can download that program to your computer. Now, let's see. Also note that the full version of the required software will not run on a Chromebook. So if you own a Chromebook, it's not going to operate. So you really need to do this on a PC. And for the best results, those of you who are Mac users, although you can get through the course using your Mac, I highly recommend that you get access to a PC. It will make your life a whole lot easier. Trust me. Now, if you're stuck on a Mac and you have no other option, you should install the Boot Camp. There's a link to the Boot Camp, and it kind of helps you with more information about how to use the Microsoft Office suites on your Apple computer. All right, so we're going to move through this pretty quickly. If you're taking this course, and most of you at this point have access to, have used a computer at some point in your life, but you should be familiar with basic mouse and keyboard operations. If you are not, this is probably not going to be a good course for you. You probably should take some sort of beginner computer course before you dive into this. All right. The course information specifics. We're supposed to have about 135 estimated coursework hours that you're reading, your research, your homework. If you complete all of those, yeah, you'll get your 3 credit hours assigned to the course, assuming that you pass the class. Now, I understand that students learn at a different rate, and some of this information is going to be not new and repetitive for some of you. Some of you it's going to be brand new. So some of you will spend 135. Some of you will spend much less. Some of you will spend more. We don't track the hours in this course. We just track the coursework that you complete throughout the term. All right, so what are we going to do in this course? You're going to learn about the parts of the hardware of the computer and all this other information about Windows, Windows XP, how to create and edit documents in Word. We're going to use the Microsoft spreadsheet program called Excel. I'm going to show you how to put together a presentation in PowerPoint, and then how basically a database in Microsoft Access works. And then, of course, after we've covered all those things, you'll have a good basic understanding of the Microsoft Office programs and any business office that you work in. This would certainly get you started with their expectations. Okay, so the requirements of the course, well, naturally, you have to prepare for each session. We don't have individualized sessions. We don't have Zoom meetings. All the work is going to be done on your own. I have supplied videos that cover the chapter in your course book, which is a demonstration of the assignment that's in the book that will help you get through your assignments and Cengage, and we'll talk about Cengage here shortly. Make sure you're reading your textbook and your assignments, and then you're going to complete the exams and the assignments on time. You do that all successfully, you'll get through this class no problem. All right, again, the course objectives, we're going to create flyers. We're going to create a spreadsheet with some charts and formulas. You're going to have to present a topic using a PowerPoint. We do have a PowerPoint project requirement in this class, and I'll cover that again when we get down to the specific assignments. Your attendance. Okay, so because this is an online course, attendance is a little bit different than a classroom course, because naturally I'm not going to stand up in front of the class and holler out your names to make sure that you're there or if you're not. So the way we do it in my class is that and the way that the college requires it is every Friday evening at 11:59 p.m. I will go in and I will make sure that you have been active in the class in Brightspace. Every time you log into Brightspace into our class, it records that you have been there, okay? Even if you've just gone in to look at an assignment. If you haven't completed the assignments, it's still going to show that you were there. If you are shown that you were in the course during that week, I will give you credit for attendance for that week, okay? Again, it doesn't matter if you get your assignments done. I just need to know that you're still alive and well and looking at the coursework from week to week. All right, so that's every Friday night. Every Friday night we record your attendance. This course is going to divide it into 15 weekly modules. Our modules start on Monday mornings at 12:01 a.m. and they complete at Sunday evening at 11:59 p.m. I know the syllabus says with one exception. I'll have to look at that date because I believe, no, that's not correct. Sometimes the spring terms end on a Friday. This course will end on a Sunday. So don't worry about that. There is no exception. All of our course weeks start on Monday, 12:01 in the very early a.m. and complete Sunday night at 11:59 in the evening. Okay, so if you fail to attend during the first 2 weeks of our course, it's going to result in a no-show. Essentially, you get withdrawn from the course, and you have to plead your case with the academic dean if you want to return to my course. If there are 3 consecutive weeks of absence in a 15-week course, then I am obligated to record you as an L grade. And an L grade simply means that you have left the course without any communication with the instructor, and it's the same as an F. So if you are going to be absent from my course, it's certainly important that you communicate that with me. I can be very flexible, and I will work with students under extenuating circumstances. So it's important just to communicate with me. If you disappear and I don't hear from you for 3 weeks, unfortunately, I'm going to have to report you as left the class. And getting back into the class after that point can be quite a challenge. So I would recommend that you just talk to me. It's much easier that way. All right, so how do I grade you in my class? So 50% of your grade, your overall course grade, is going to be your assignments and your quizzes. Now, you see quizzes is plural there, but there is actually only one quiz. It's a quiz over this syllabus information. So between this video and reading the syllabus, you will have all the answers to that quiz. Now, all of the grades are going to be recorded in the Brightspace gradebook. Now, you may be able to see the Cengage gradebook because all of the coursework that you're going to do is actually in Cengage, which is another online platform that we use to deliver the course material. So if you see the gradebook in Cengage, sometimes it gets a little confusing, but that is not the one that is going to be recorded for your course grade. Okay, make sure that you are looking at the gradebook in Brightspace. That is your official grade. If you see any discrepancies in the gradebook throughout the term, or for example, you complete an assignment after the late policy is kicked in, you may need to let me know that your Brightspace grade may need to be updated. So it's important to make sure that you give me that information. Okay, remember, your official grades are in Brightspace, not in Cengage. All right, now the college's grading scale, most of you understand this if you've been at the college for any given length of time. To get an A in this class, your final numerical grade has to be between a 93 and 100. An A minus, it's got to be between 90 and 92, so on and so forth. And as we go down through here, as long as you get 63 points or higher, you'll end up with a D, which is a passing grade for my course. Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory. Because we're an online course, you don't actually have to go out and buy a course book from the school library. However, a subscription to Cengage is required. When we get to Brightspace, there's a link that will help you register for the course. At that time, you will register and pay for the course, or in some instances, some of you can go to the library on campus and buy your subscription from Cengage that way. Okay. Now, does that mean there is no hard paper book that you can hold in your hands? I know there are some people that really prefer to have, that paper-bound book to study by. You can contact Cengage. They do have, in some cases, book rentals that you can use the book for the term, return it at the end of the course. There is a fee for that. I don't know what that is, but you can make that arrangement through Cengage. All right. CMCC students must have a computer. We talked about this. Particularly for this class, it's super important because all your work is going to be done on the computer. If you are looking to purchase a computer, these are the minimum requirements suggested by the IT department. Okay? So if you go shopping to Best Buy or you go to the Dell online store, these are the things that you're looking for to make sure that are built into that computer. All right, if you are having technological support or you're in need of technology support, so for example, you can't get onto Brightspace or your email isn't working with CM, you need to contact tech support. They are in the office from 8 to 4:30 on Monday through Friday. There is their telephone number and there's their email address. Keep in mind that IT services cannot resolve your computer internet problems that are your own. They can only solve the problems with the resources that they have access to. Okay. If you need Cengage support, you're having difficulties accessing your assignments on Cengage, there is a support line there. And also in Brightspace, there's also a technical support link that I've built into that, and I'll show you when we switch over to the Brightspace introduction. If you're having problems with Brightspace specifically, if you go into Brightspace and you go under the Help tab, they will get you through there. Okay, so academic policy and academic ethics. This is policy across the college, and it's important to understand that honesty in all academic work is expected at CMCC. Plain and simple, folks, make sure your work is your own, that you are not using somebody else's, you're not taking credit for somebody else's, that you're not giving credit for, okay? So don't be cheating, because if you're cheating, you could be expelled from the college. This is my 16th year at the college, and I've only had 2 students in all those years that were expelled for cheating. So it does happen. People do get caught, but I would strongly encourage you, just submit your own work. and then you can avoid all that nasty situation. If you need special accessibility services, if you're a student with a documented disability, if you contact the accessibility coordinator, Jennifer Lyons at the college, that's her email address, her telephone number, and her office is at Gilbert Hall in room 20. Central Maine Community College is an equal opportunity affirmative action institution and employer. If you have some questions about affirmative action, there's a telephone number to that office as well. Let's see. Again, we're talking about ethical behavior. Make sure that you adhere. The college expects that you're going to adhere to the high standards. So no cheating, no plagiarizing, so on and so forth. If you need additional assistance with this course, I know sometimes there's tutors at the college, but I'm not so sure that they offer tutoring for this course. So if you're struggling with something, certainly don't hesitate to contact me. Remember, my information is at the top of the syllabus. All right, so this section of the syllabus here talks about the outline of instruction. It's broken down into weekly modules. It gives you the due date, and it gives you all the things that you have to require in that week. Now, all of the things that you see listed here are also going to be listed in Brightspace in the weekly modules. So there's two places that you can check as far as what you need to do for coursework. But again, everything is in Brightspace, so as long as you're completing all your coursework in Brightspace, there shouldn't be any confusion. But feel free to download this copy. I'll show you the link in Brightspace where you can print your own copy, pin it up on your wall, or whatever you want to do with it, and you can refer to it as necessary. So as we go down through each of the weeks, you'll see all the coursework that's required. You'll see when the exams are going to be due. Now, I don't do a final exam in this course. I don't do a midterm. Actually, the way I run this course is every time we complete a section of the Microsoft programs, I'm going to test you on it. So the first few weeks, we're going to do Word, then there'll be a test, then we're going to switch over to PowerPoint, and then I'll give you a test on PowerPoint. Then we're going to do a section on Excel, and then there'll be an Excel exam. And when we get to Access, there is no Access exam. So there's just one assignment that you'll have to do for the Access work. And then finally, you will have to do a PowerPoint project, and your PowerPoint project will count as an exam grade for this course. Okay, so as you can see, there's 16 weeks in this particular term, and each week is outlined for you. The course is 16 weeks long, but it's actually only 15 weeks of instruction because, as you can see, on week 9, we have the week off for spring break. There is no coursework that is going to be due or expected on that week. All right, let's get past the homework. All right, homework expectations. So I completely understand that most of you are what they call non-traditional students. And non-traditional students essentially are students that are working full-time, working part-time, or are taking courses on the side, and their primary focus in life is on something else. It may be family, could be caring for another loved one. I understand that life gets in the way of homework occasionally. So that being said, I do allow late assignments. I don't encourage it because you start losing points pretty quickly. You may submit assignments up until the last day of the term, but for each week that it's late, you lose 15 points off the grade that you achieved for the assignment. So for example, if you got a 95 on the assignment, but you turned it in, a week and a half late, then that assignment is going to be graded as an 80. So you're 95, you lose 15 points, 80 gets recorded as your grade. All right. So the best way to avoid the late penalties naturally is to just get your work done on time. Assignments are due every Sunday night by 11:59. Okay. All the assignments open up on Monday morning. You have all week to do them. Turn them in by Sunday night, and no late penalties. In the event that there are some extenuating circumstances, I have had students that were going to be new mothers that delivered their babies during the term and couldn't do their coursework. I've had students that have been in serious motor vehicle accidents that were hospitalized. Like I said, I get it. Life gets in the way. Just communicate with me. Let me know what's going on in your life, and we can certainly work that out. So don't worry if something serious happens in your life and you can't get to your coursework. Just reach out to me, and we will make it work. All right. Again, the Brightspace gradebook will show a 0 for any assignment that's not completed on the due date. And the reason why I put the 0 in there is because in my gradebooks, you can see what your standing is in the course. So For example, after the first couple weeks, you can see whether you're an A or B or C student. And as I put those zeros in there, it's essentially a placeholder that until you get that assignment done, and then I will remove the 0 and put in the actual grade that you achieved. But that way you can see what your course standing is throughout the term. Okay. Okay, coursework in the Brightspace area contains a complete list of assignments. And then, oh, here's an error. The assignments that are due no later than Friday, December 13th. So this is the same syllabus that I use in the fall. It's actually a date in May, so disregard that. I will make sure that the syllabus that's uploaded in Brightspace contains the correct date. I don't know that off the top of my head, but it is a date in May. And again, I do not have an office on campus, so reach out to me via my contact information at the top of the syllabus. All right, that covers all of the syllabus information. Let me change over screens here, and let's look at Brightspace. So this is our course in Brightspace. When you log in, of course, you're going to see your information here, and you're going to see the drop-down menu that gives you the list of all the courses you're enrolled in this term. And again, depending on which course you're in for my instruction, your course section might be slightly different. So you may, if you're not in BCA 120.06, or if you're in 04 or 05, all the information and the content is going to be the exact same. This just saves me having to make different videos for each course because all the content is the same. All right, so we log in. You can see this is the landing page for this particular course. Up here are the tabs that you're going to use most frequently. You may or may not be able to see all of these because some of these, of course, are accessible only to instructors and may be turned off to students. So if we go to the Home tab, which was where we are now, you see there's the course home and the assignment, the announcements. When you click on the announcements section, you're going to see each weekly announcement, and those are going to pop up. This is the starting point for each of your week. When you log into the course, always go to the announcement and read the information that I provided for you. It's simply going to cover what we're going to cover in the course for the week, and it's going to list, what we have for assignments that are due and any other pertinent information you need for that week. The next most important tab, of course, is going to be your content. We're going to click on the content section, and it's going to switch over and show you our breakdown of the course from week to week. This is the table of contents, okay, the table of contents section. If you click up here and we click on Overview and Expectations, you see there's a little letter about me introducing myself to you. And then if you scroll down, you'll see a copy of the syllabus that we just went through. You do have the ability to download this to your computer or print it so that you have a copy, but this syllabus lives right here in this course all term, so you don't have to worry about going to find it. It will always be under the content section right here under Overview and Syllabus. You don't have to worry about the bookmarks. I don't use that. The course schedule, I don't generally go by that either, but it's there for you as a tool if you need it. When we get down here, this is the Cengage and technical support for Mac users. When you click on this, it's going to open up Cengage Start Strong. For those of you that are new to Cengage and haven't used it before, just click here. It will help guide you through how the Cengage program works. There's the link to Cengage technical support if you're having problems. And then for the Mac users in this course, here is the boot camp that you should consider. All right. The next tab down is the option to download the Microsoft Office suite for free. Like I said when we were reviewing the syllabus, you are going to need access to the Microsoft Office version. I believe this is Office 365. Click here to download it to your computer. Okay. Then this next tab down here is going to be your course ebook. If you need to flip through chapters or just want to look at the electronic version of your book, you can select here. And then as we're doing the assignments, all of the assignments that you need for your coursework is going to already be linked to the Cengage assignment, okay? And but if for some reason you've lost it or can't find it, you can either email me and I'll get it to you, or you can come here and you can download the data files. Okay, and then we start getting into the individual course weeks. So you'll see I have broken them down. They're all going to be pretty consistent. Each week there's going to be the video demonstration of that chapter that I've covered. It is an actual demonstration of the material that's covered in the chapter step by step, okay? And that will give you an idea of how that weekly information is covered, and it should help you to do the weekly assignments in Cengage, all right? The first week there is a syllabus quiz. This is a quiz of the information we covered on the syllabus. And then as we scroll down here, there's some optional videos for you. If you've never used Cengage MindTap before, there's a video there. If you've never completed an assignment in Cengage, there's another optional video here that will help you. And lastly, when you're finishing the textbook project in MindTap, if you wanted to do that, that is also available to you. Okay, so this is going to be your stuff for this week, all of this information. Okay, then when we get into week 2, from this point moving forward, you're going to see the courses again are going to be broken down very similarly. There's the videos. This is the demonstration of Word Chapter 1. And then there's always going to be a practice assignment. This is an ungraded assignment, but once you've completed the lecture and you've watched the video in the course book, if you think you need a little more information and you want to try out what you've learned, there's the practice assignment. But then each week there's going to be 2 assignments that are graded, and those are the assignments that you will need to do. So that's when we get to week 2. When you get to week 3, you'll see the breakdown is very similar. There's the videos going through the book. Let's see. And then there's the practice assignment, and then there's the chapters that are due for that particular week. All right, then next up here is your grade book. When you click on there, it should show you the grades for this particular class. All right, that pretty much covers everything in the syllabus and the Brightspace review that I'm going to go over. Again, if anybody has any questions, you know where to contact me. You know how to find my contact information. I wish you well this term. I am here to help you, although we probably won't talk face-to-face at any given point in this term. Just know that I am here to help you. If you need assistance, I am certainly willing to do a Zoom meeting with you so that we can cover some information that you might not understand. So again, it's important to communicate with me when you're struggling through this term. All right, if you have any questions, reach out to me. If not, have a good term, and I wish you well.